everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany and I'm on a mission to hit 5,000 subscribers. So make sure you click that button below, I would appreciate it. So in today's video, we're actually going to be doing another vinyl project. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. So with this vinyl project, I actually thought it was pretty interesting. So I definitely wanted to share it with you guys. As usual, I did use TKO. But with this particular image, guys, we took it from a sticker that was on the back of a customer's window to an actual logo that we are able to heat press onto the back of a t-shirt, which I thought was going to be nearly impossible, but they were awesome. They were able to help me. There were some modifications and adjustments we did have to make. Very, very minor. Honestly, you guys are only gonna know because I'm mentioning it. Otherwise, you would have not a clue. So I finally got the package in the mail. I have not looked at it. As you guys can see, it is still completely closed. So the only thing that I have viewed at this point is just the samples of the images that they sent to me. So I'm gonna go ahead, as I'm talking, kind of pop them up just to kind of go over exactly the experience that I had. And then we're gonna go to looking at the image and then pressing them on the t-shirt as long as everything hopefully looks good. So, like I mentioned, we had a photo taken on the back of the customer's truck. I went ahead, took that image, and I sent it over to TKO. Of course, I did have to pay for the vector file, which is only $10, and basically said, guys, can you help me? I need to make a big logo that's going to go on the back of the t-shirt as well as a small logo that's going to go on the front of the t-shirt. Now, when I did get the image back, I am very glad that they did make mention to me that in the very center there is a Mahi Mahi logo that is in the dead center. So on the back of the shirt, it was completely fine. They basically said, hey, you really need to look at the image very closely because we have a feeling that due to the size that you're trying to make it onto the front of the logo, it really looks blurry. So please make sure that you approve because of course, once we, press it down and stuff, the image could just look like a blob. Which I'm so glad that they brought that to my attention. The back logo was completely fine. It says double down with the Mahi Mahi in the center. However, as you guys can see in the photo right here, with the small logo on the front chest, the dolphin or Mahi Mahi actually looks very blurry. And honestly, I just know that that's not gonna press very well. And to be honest, I'm not gonna be happy with giving that type of quality to my customer, which is my dad. So he's really excited to get these shirts done and I'm really happy to be finally filming them and pressing them for him. So basically I went back to TKO and said, hey, is there any way you guys could just remove the Mahi Mahi from the front logo, leave it on the back since it did look really good, and then let's see what that looks like. Now, of course, they did get back to me within less than 24 hours of a revision. You do have up to 2 revisions that they will process for you. So just keep that in mind when you are making adjustments and changes. So I knew that at that point, that was really the only thing that I needed to make changed, as I did submit the proper sizing that I want, and I did verify that the size in which they were showing on the sample was correct. So they resent it back to me. I approved everything, and now we have them right here to verify, to make sure everything's gonna look good. And yeah, I'm really excited. Now the thing is that with TKO, you do not have to upload the image in the color that you want it printed, which I found even more helpful because for some reason my mind kept telling me, like, if they want purple, I gotta upload it in purple. That's not true. They have a drop down of different colors you can select, which I did ask my dad. I said, do you want black or do you want white, based off of the color shirts that he did select. And he actually selected white. So as you guys can probably see, they're a little hard to see here. Now these are called gang sheets. So I did order gang sheets, meaning that I could at least get 2 logos per sheet. And then as well as, let me see, I think I did, yeah, 2 pockets. So basically I can make 2 shirts per 1 gang sheet. Now, one thing I have been noticing with TKO is that if I order a specific amount, like I only ordered 8. That looks like way more than 8. And I don't know why they sent me more, but I ain't complaining. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, oh my gosh, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, there's my 8 that I need. 8. Then we have 9, 10, Oh my gosh, God, I'm not gonna even, like, I have way more. So the great thing about this is, of course, you know, if he needs multiple or more shirts, I already have the images. They're right here. So that is awesome. I do, I don't have, what I was thinking about doing, to be honest, because I will over order. Usually I do over order, but I knew it was for my dad and I didn't, but thank God I didn't, because baby, they gifted me here. So I need to come up with some type of organization, because I do like to, like I said, order at least a few extras just in case people really like the products. I don't have to go back through that almost, what is it, 25, 35? So $35 setup fee, which is just personally what I have to pay. It's the $25 for setup plus $10 for the vector. I've talked about this before. I just charge that to the customer. And then of course, you know, however many sheets I need. I believe per sheet was like, I think it was under $8. Do not quote me on that, but I know it was not over $8. So I'm thinking like $7, $8 is what I'm thinking. So do keep that in mind. And again, it depends on how big you're wanting that logo. If you want it really big, which I believe I did like 11 inches, because this is a 12.75 piece of paper. And then I don't remember what it is. I think it's 9 something down. So you do get to pick the size gang sheet you want to go on. Now, of course, I do set all my images up on Canva. So of course you guys could do whatever works best for you. If you have a vector file, do it on the vector file, save the 10 bucks. But again, it's not worth me purchasing it because it's just not profitable for me right now in my business. But yeah, I just make these off of Canva. I do the download with background removal. I upload it to TKO. And then this is how they're going to print those images for me. And like I said, this is still definitely from a sticker. So very, very impressed with that. All right, so as we've seen before in my videos, your heat press does need to be about 300 to 325. Now this does say heavy pressure peel hot. I have said this in multiple videos. I never peel it hot. For some reason, I do notice that it does lift quite a bit. So commonly what I will do is I will press a shirt, set it aside, press another shirt, and then once my second shirt is done, I'll then peel off my first shirt. Hopefully that makes sense, and you guys will actually see me doing that in the video here shortly. So let's go ahead. I already heated up my heat press, so it's getting kind of warm in this room, and let's get going. We, of course, will have to cut everything out. So let's do that now. So with my Clean With Me video, you guys probably see me organizing these t-shirts, and we're finally working that order. Now these are more of like a fisherman SPF style. So of course, you know, we do need to be careful when heat pressing these. I really don't think it's gonna do much to it. But again, we just need to be on the safe side. So we do have a stack of t-shirts here we're going to be working. Of course, I do have my guide, which I did pick this up from Amazon. I know it's probably really hard to see. It does come in multiple sizes. There's actually another one that I saw on TikTok, and I would have loved to have picked it up. And it's actually more of an acrylic. However, it was completely sold out, and yeah, so I was not able to pick that one up rather than this, which is kind of flimsy. Again, not complaining, just, you know, things that we can always add to improve with our orders. Now, like I mentioned before, I did end up doing the gang sheet, so I was able to put a total of 2 t-shirts on 1 sheet of paper. So at this point, we do need to cut out the logo that will be going on the front pocket. So I'm gonna go ahead, do that now. And then also as well, just to make mention, is we do need to use heat tape, because this has no stickiness to it. Kind of like maybe like a Cricut might. The Cricut vinyl is what I'm trying to say, is those actually have some stickiness to it, so you don't need that. But with these gang sheets, you do. And that's fine. No worries at all. And all that I'm doing is I'm actually just separating the small logos from the large logos. So once we are ready to start pressing, it's just a simple grab and go. So what I'm actually going to do now first is I'm actually going to work on the front logo. I've noticed with larger t-shirts, you do have to, of course, place the left pocket in a different location. So basically what I have been doing, and I'll bring you in close for the next one, is basically putting it kind of between the two, because I want it more further over. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll actually just show you so it'll make sense what I'm talking about. So we'll do it right there. All right. Now I do also notice that with TKO, I don't have to use this. At least I have not been with my last few orders, and I have fulfilled some orders without filming them. See guys, I don't film everything. I film a lot, but I don't film everything. And then of course we're just gonna leave it pressed for a good 10 seconds. And then once that's done, we're gonna set it aside and work on our next t-shirt like I mentioned. All right. So you want that one to just cool down a little bit. And we'll grab our next shirt. So I'll go ahead and place this down. And then like I was mentioning before, I basically go between the 2 and the 4. So I'm going to grab the end of technically the logo. So this paper is just a little bit longer, but you can actually see it on my side. So I'm gonna start it from the 2. I'm gonna use the line for the 4, so I know that it is straight across, right? And then what we're gonna do is tape it down. So just 2 pieces of tape, that's really all that we need. And let's press it down. So this is the first shirt that we ended up working on, and at this point it's completely cooled down. So you will just slowly peel it back. Of course, I still do take my time with it. I don't want to rush it, just because if anything does peel up, I can easily just put it right back on the heat press. So as you guys see, there's the first logo completely done. So the really cool thing about this, guys, is you are able to just slap and go. It makes the process super quick. And to be honest with you, it is worth every penny for me to do this rather than use my Cricut. And I've said once before, you have one-offs, for sure, use it. I actually just did an order. I did not film it. If you want, you can go check my Instagram, and I did post it there. And that was kind of a one-off, so of course I just did it myself. But when you have larger orders like this, it is better to do that. And not only that, but to be honest, I actually purchased the sports material, so when you stretch it, it actually will do a lot of give and take, so therefore it's not going to crack nearly as often as, you know, vinyl would. So I definitely feel like it's bang for your buck. Not only that, it looks good for your business, and you'll have those customers continue to come back. Okay. Point, I've gone ahead, I've done all the front logos. As you guys can see, well, this one you cannot see very well, That's why you kind of have to pick between like the black and the white depending on the color shirts you're doing. But see, you can definitely see it here. If it's crooked, it's probably because I'm holding the t-shirt crooked. That's okay. So now we got to go ahead, flip it on the back side of the shirt. And I actually still do use this. So we're going to go ahead and basically I line it up from like the neckline. So I'll go like neck to neck to grab the center. Again, bear with me. Let's see here. All right, and then we are just going to stick this one straight across the back. We're making our pieces of tape just a little bit bigger. Okay. Pressing it down again for 10 seconds. So this one I actually forgot to peel. I don't think I filmed me doing the lady shirts. So this is one of the lady shirts. It's a very, very bright. And while it's here, I'm just gonna go ahead and press it. So let's go ahead, we're gonna go neck to neck. Let's grab a logo. Oh boy. You know what would make this much easier? Is if I just bought the tape on like a tape dispenser. Oh, you know what I want to do? All right, let's fold this. And then find center. Okay. I definitely did not do that on my last shirt. I was too busy chit-chatting. To be honest with you, it came out great. It peeled fine. However, because it is a larger image, I am going to go ahead and reheat it up. But of course, at this point, you need to make sure you are going to protect it, because if the heat press gets on it directly, it's going to mess the whole image up. And I'm not going to put it on very long, just enough to kind of press it. And there you guys go. So there that one is. You guys can see it much better. Do not worry about the ring around it. That's just the heat. Once the shirt cools down, that will go away completely. But yeah, it looks really good. I love, this is really bright. I actually did not think that this shirt was nearly as bright as it turned out to be. But you know, why not be a life vest, wearing a life vest color shirt while on the water. And that's another really cool thing about these. Like I mentioned, they are sports tech. So if you come around and I stretch it, you guys can see it's not peeling at all, which is super nice. So that basically means it's going to do very well in the water, in the salt water. So it's very important. So that shirt is done. I waited long enough. Let's go ahead and do this one. And as you guys see with this backside logo, we now have the Mahi Mahi. Let's go ahead and press this down. I absolutely love this blue with that white. Like, look how good that looks. And there you guys have it. A logo created from a sticker on the back of a truck, now pressed onto a t-shirt. I have to admit, honestly, it came out really good. Is it focusing? There we go. And like I mentioned, it is stretchable because it is put on the sport material. And then there's the front little pocket. It's not a pocket, but front logo So it looks really good. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you could, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next crafting project. Bye everyone.